Welcome back to the Kempire Daily YouTube channel, where you get daily and consistent hot topics in music, entertainment, reality TV, and so much more. It's been such a busy morning, busy day. I hope that you all are having a fantastic Monday. As you know, here on the channel, we recap Shahs of Sunset and Married to Medicine every single Monday. And I have to say, I don't think we needed a part 3 of Married to Medicine reunion. And I'm kind of happy that it's over. Anyone else? Because I'm tired of talking about Dr. Contessa and Dr. Scott. But one more day of it. One more day. Let me just make sure that you all can hear me clearly, because I'm trying out some new things behind the scenes in regards to technology. Drop your crowns in the chat. Shout out to all the members. I appreciate you all being here. TikTok, what's going on? Head on over to the Kempire Daily YouTube channel. We're also live on the Kempire and Kempire Daily on Facebook. We're live on Twitch and Twitter at TheKempire. If you're not following me on any of my social media, head on over there. Dare You Now says it was part 3. I know. Oh my God. And remember, we had that little break in between. And at this point, I'm just like, I'm tired of y'all. But I'm not that tired, because there were some moments during the reunion part 3 that I have some thoughts that really touched me. But overall, it kind of felt like a filler. But I understand that they probably had so much footage that they had to come to a closure with everything. So let's come to a closure today. If you are a Royal Court member, you're to receive the backstage link to today's live. You guys will get the first access. It wasn't a part of the membership, but it's I want to give you guys a little bit of surprises for you supporting the channel. So shout out to our Team Kempire and our Royal Court members. Thank you for being a part. I love seeing the crowns. Let me also know where you are watching from. Shout out to Sonia in Houston. Hey, Nicole. Hey, Anita. Hey, Sheila. Hey, Andrea. Hey, Princess. Hey, Danielle. Hey, Janice. Hope you all are doing well. Love to see our usuals. Shout out to, we have almost 70 people watching this video. Like the video. It's an easy and free way of supporting the channel. And if you're not subscribed, subscribe. You're getting daily and consistent hot topics here on the channel. And for those that are looking for a new episode of the podcast, just understand it's been busy. I was just on Layla Lynn TV's channel earlier today recapping the Real Housewives of Potomac. So if you missed that, be sure to check that out on her page. And on Monday of next week, they will, Layla Lynn and Grace Report will be coming to my page to recap the Real Housewives of Potomac. If I have time this week, we will do another recap of the Real Housewives of Potomac, our edition, and everyone will have access to the chat. If you missed it last night, we did a quick recap where it was a members only chat. It's another perk of being a Royal Court member. You get, well, not even just Royal Court, Team Kempire member, and you get a lot of little perks like that. So, but we will do a Potomac chat because there's so much more to say. I have to watch it again so we can weigh in on more of that. Thank you, Sonia, for the super sticker. Appreciate you. I love looking at this. Is why I have to have YouTube opened here so I can see the super stickers, because StreamYard will not let me see the super stickers. How dare they? Thank you, Sonia. I appreciate you supporting the channel. Hey, everyone. What's going on, Anita? I enjoy and like you, Kempire. I love that. Thank you. I enjoy you, too. I enjoy doing this. I literally said to myself as I was getting prepared for this, it's busy and it's hectic work, especially when you're doing not just housewives and things like I'm doing hot topics. I'm giving you breaking news. I'm my own news network, not to, you know what I mean? So I'm covering a lot of different stories and I can't cover everything, but I enjoy what I do. I enjoy covering these stories. I enjoy doing lives like this and having conversations with you guys and having you call in and weigh in, because you really made me start to think about things in a whole different light. TikTok, what's going on? I appreciate you all being here as well. I hope I won't be facing TikTok too much. I keep TikTok open so that you guys can see what's going on here. If you would like to be a part of the conversation, we're live on multiple platforms, specifically the Kempire Daily YouTube channel. So head on over there and subscribe to the channel. Shout out to my mods that are already in the chat. Appreciate you all being here. We will be taking callers a little bit later on. I just want to jump into the conversation. Shahs of Sunset. Speaking of redundant, okay. So all know I've been doing a deep dive on Shahs, and I love the show. I understand why people love the show. I understand why it's been on 9 seasons. This episode, we're still going back and forth with these toxic friendships. There are toxic friendships. Toxic friendships. They have Paulina on the phone. Okay, Paulina's on the phone. When Gigi said that Paulina was very much like her, and I was like, where? Where, Gigi? I don't see it. How are you guys similar? Can you guys see
That's suspicious. That's weird.
I don't see it. I don't like Paulina. I said it. I just said it. I'm just gonna say it. I don't like Paulina. Paulina is boring to me. She's that scene with Mike. I was bored to tears. I watched it because I'm recapping. I wanted to see if she said something worth reporting on. She didn't. But when she was saying that she's calling the friends out and blah blah blah. All right, girl, not interested. And you know what? Maybe this relationship will work because she's very different from Jessica. Because at least with Jessica, although she did put up with Mike's cheating, she still called him on his BS. Like, she didn't just take it. You know what I mean? I mean, she took it for a while, but Paulina's boring to me. Anyways, so the conversation between Mike and between Mike and Destiny, and then with Reza, they're talking about, they've been doing this for years. And I get what you guys are saying, why some of you have already checked out of Shahs of Sunset, because these toxic relationships go through these same situations over and over again. Nicole says Paulina's lips are way too big. And she's gotten some work done, hasn't she? Sonia says, sorry, I bailed on Shahs this season for the first time. You're not the first person to say that. I've seen that in the comments, and I get it because you guys are tired of the same storylines from Mike, the same storylines from Reza. Reza in this conversation with Mike says, your dishonesty triggers me. Let's talk about your dishonesty, Reza. Look, let's talk about Reza's dishonesty. Reza is not perfect, but he tries to really give us this perfect personality on this show. Your dishonesty triggers me. And when Reza starts to cry, look, I'm very sympathetic, but it's the same thing from Reza every season. Okay, I'm not gonna spend this entire thing complaining. Nima, okay, for those that have been watching Shahs for a while, since Nima's been on the show, I know he was married before. Now he seems like he's moved on from Gigi. Last week he had that conversation with Gigi. This week he's looking at Destiny. Is Nima maybe bisexual? Can we talk? Is Nima bisexual? I'm just asking for a friend. I'm definitely not interested in Nima. I'm not. But he talks about wanting to kiss Destiny. It seems as if is that just going to be a storyline this season? Princess Gabby says Nima could get it. Hold on. Nima is thirsty for a showmance. It feels that way. Nima's teeth are a distraction. I agree. Roma says, oh my God, the way you imitate Reza's crying, on point. I know, I kind of impressed myself for a second. I was like, oh my gosh, I think I just nabbed it. Anyway, Nicole, you agree with me? Maybe he's bisexual? I like Nima though, and I like Nima's friendship with London, as I reported to you guys last week. I like London on the show. We needed that Asa energy, but she's different than Asa. She's different in another balancing kind of way. Just me. Janet says Nima's a metrosexual. I thought that originally until I was kind of looking a little bit closer at Nima, and I was like, okay. I don't know. I'm just saying. I don't know. Gigi confirmed that she found a new home. Okay. Gigi, what is your storyline this season? What is Gigi's storyline this season? Y'all let me know in the chat. What is Gigi's storyline this season? Because I have no idea. So Gigi and Mike meet up. And they have the conversation because she explained... Okay. Gigi doesn't have much of a storyline this season. However... she made the most sense this episode. Gigi, Loch Nessa. Go Nessa made the most sense this episode. Tara says nothing. She has no storyline this season. And Princess Gabby said, you all are going to stop messing with my Nima. I'm sorry. Janice says Gigi's storyline is all about mending friendships. She made the most sense this episode, though, when she was saying that Mike feels he's a better friend to Reza and vice versa. They both feel like they're better friends to each other, and they're both toxic friends to each other. They're both toxic. Princess Gabby says that single mother storyline is not going to work. Borefest. We barely see her with Elijah. Elijah's the cutest baby. Elijah and Shams are the cutest babies. We'll get to MJ in a second. Nima and London conspired. London said she has this really great idea. I'll be your earpiece. You go on a date. They actually do this. I was bored. I like the friendship between Nima and London. I think it's cute, but I was bored. I was bored with it. I was like, what in the romantic comedy are we doing right now? What in the romantic comedy are we doing right now? Oh my goodness. First lady, do not spam the chat, please. Do not spam the chat. Hold on, y'all. We are recapping Shahs of Sunset, please. Okay, there we go. Mods, I need y'all to be on it because I can't mod and host. Exactly, drama. I kind of felt that too, but I said, you know what? I'm sticking it out. I've been watching the old episodes of Shahs of Sunset, and I am going to do another live where we just kind of go over the past. You know, the last time we did that, we did like season 1 to season 5. I'm going to do season 5 to, you know, where we are right now. It is what it is. Princess Gabby says, if Mike would be honest and just say, I want to be a hoe, all would be well. Mike, stop acting like you want to be a husband when you only want to be a player. I agree. He even said in this episode, though, that he said men, I wrote it down. He says most men aren't made to be monogamous. Don't speak for other men. Speak for yourself, Mike. Speak for yourself. But in this episode, he's talking about having a family. He wants to have 2 kids with Paulina. He's talking about getting married with Paulina. Gigi's like, what? You're looking to get married again? Let's talk about some good things for Mike, though. He did bring this building to fruition. His father says that he's proud of him. But you know what? Like anyone that's been an entrepreneur, look, I'm going to come in Mike's defense. Anyone that's been an entrepreneur, if you look at the stories of most entrepreneurs, they've started multiple businesses before they've had it success. I've talked to you guys so many times about the different arenas I've worked in, from being a singer to a manager to radio to podcasting to working in the mental health field to working in the legal field. I had to use those resources this week in regards to Ebony K. Williams, but it came in handy. Hold on. Janet says, Kempire, that would be a great idea. I can catch you up. Sounds good. We're going to do that, Janet. V says he is controlling. He is a little toxic. Okay, I'm being nice. He is toxic.
Oh my God. What is that?
He is. Mike is a toxic human being. And I kind of feel bad for Paulina, but then if I liked Paulina more, maybe I would go harder for her, but I don't. I don't like Paulina. Paulina's boring to me. Sorry, Paulina. Sorry. Hold on, y'all. Let me just make sure I have my little stuff up. I'm handling all the things. Okay. Let me go here. Hold on. I just want to make sure I'm covering all the areas before we jump into the Married to Medicine reunion. I just did another video. I have to edit it and put it out for you guys. Some more Real Housewives of Atlanta news coming up just right quick. Thank you so much, Train with Jazz. I've watched from the first season, and this season is a snooze fest. I'm over it. Boring. All right. I won't stay too long on this. I'm gonna move on to Married to Medicine, even though part 3 was okay. And Nicole says Mike is very toxic, gives me emotional abuse. I agree, and we've seen it throughout the seasons. Like, I want to like Mike, but if you've watched all the seasons of Shahs of Sunset, then you know, like, Mike's not. He's one of those people that, like, he's like a sociopath. Maybe. Thank you, Train, for the super chat. Appreciate you supporting the channel. Okay, let me get into. I just want to cover the areas that were important, and then we can move on. Can we just talk a little bit about MJ's conversation with London? Again, I really do enjoy London. Bring London back next season if there's going to be another season. I think London is a great mix for the group. She balances out the crazy. Her conversation with MJ, I didn't realize that MJ was having problems with Tommy, intimacy problems. She feels estranged from Tommy. In one particular scene, we see Tommy and Shams together. I like Tommy as a father. I was like, okay, Tommy. But apparently there's something going on. And partially, and this makes sense, where what happened between her and her friends is affecting her relationship. She can't have Reza over, even though she's still trying to have a friendship with Reza. He hasn't met Shams. And if I hear it's like, I haven't met Shams, it's your own fault. You can't meet Shams, and there's a restraining order. And Adam's going to be like, well, next week, drop the restraining order or drop the friendship. Pick one. There's no way I can have a friendship with someone and have a restraining order against their husband. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. Shanti says MJ only wanted a baby. Damn. It kind of felt that way though, because if you watch the seasons leading up to everything, it seems like she's like, oh, I want to get married. Now I want to have the baby. She was already itching to have a baby before she even got married. And even her getting back with Tommy after they had that little whatever, I was like, that's weird. Right?
Oh, that's suspicious. That's weird.
To me. Just to me. I don't know. V says it's time for MJ to depart from those toxic people. I think they all need to leave each other. Anyone can agree with that? I think they all need to stop being friends. The only one that should probably be friends with London's too good for these people. London, they're gonna bring you down. Run. Don't walk, run. I don't see any of these people that have really good friendships with each other. Even Reza's friendship with Destiny, I feel eventually that's going to get toxic and he's going to turn on her like he turned on everyone else. Mike, MJ, Lily, Asa. Reza has turned on all of these people. He is not trustworthy. Like, I wouldn't even want to be in Reza's presence. I wouldn't want to interview Reza. That's how bad I think Reza is. Matter of fact, I was about to say, where's my crystal? I gotta keep my crystals on me. I ain't playing with Reza. I got a little, oh my God, amethyst. I ain't playing with my crystal. Oh, I got a big one too, y'all. Hold on, y'all. Y'all know I like my crystals. Got my little amethyst. I don't play. Keep my crystals close by, especially when talking about these motherfathers. All right, hold on, y'all. Guys, sidebar, because I know you guys know I recap 90 Day Fiancé every week. I'm not recapping this episode this week. It was that much trash. It was so bad. I was like, I'm not going to break my neck to make a review on 90 Day Fiancé Happily Ever After this week. Maybe this week I will, and I'll just include it with Darcy and Stacey. That premieres tonight. But if you would like to hear my thoughts on it, head on over to my boy Up and Adam's YouTube channel. I recapped it with him and Miriam there. Go check that out. But I'm just not. I just can't. I can't. I was trying. You guys know I'm consistent. I was like, why am I going to waste my time when there are bigger stories to talk about? Anyways, if you're just joining us, we're talking about Shahs of Sunset and Married to Medicine Reunion Part 3. It was a snooze fest. Let's move on to Married to Medicine. Let's get to 100 likes, and I will drop the call-in link so you guys can call in and share your thoughts. So if you haven't liked this video already, be sure to like the video. Okay. Married to Medicine Reunion Part 3, as I said at the top of the show, honestly, it didn't need a Part 3. It didn't. I think if they did some clever editing, they probably could have done this in 2 parts. We're still talking about Dr. Contessa and Dr. Scott's relationship. We find out in this episode, they gave themselves a deadline. Her birthday was the deadline. They put the house on the market. Like, they were seriously about to break up. They seriously were about to break up. And maybe they should. Maybe they should. What's going on, Lulu? Maybe they should. Shout out to my mods. Everyone, make sure you guys say a prayer for Diana. She hasn't been feeling well. That's why you have not seen her. I wanted to give you guys a quick update. Hopefully, she'll be back soon. But shout out to all of my mods that that have been holding it down since then. I appreciate everyone being here. Drama says, Contessa should just leave him. Stop giving him more time to prove again he doesn't want to be with you. Very good point. Joanna says, sick of Scott and Scott's. Oh, sick of the Scotts and Quad, or just sick of Dr. Scott. Oh my goodness. They should break up. Sheila says they should break up. I agree, Sheila. Let's see. Here's the thing. I'm over talking about their relationship. This part 3, they continue with the conversation. His explanation of the life coach, even I don't believe him. It went from being a female to a male to non-existent. Non-existent. Tacky said, Tacky Toya. Tacky Toya. Scott took the sale sign down and ghosted the realtor. How mature of him. I don't know how Dr. Contessa does it, but you know what I do enjoy about Married to Medicine? I honestly believe that these women are friends, even if it's a casual friendship. You know, some of these reality shows, these people only see each other when they're filming. These people on Married to Medicine, I actually feel hang out with each other or at some point hung out with each other and had genuine friendships. Apparently, they really wanted to try and save Dr. Contessa and Dr. Scott's relationship. I'm actually surprised that they were able to save Dr. Simone's relationship and Dr. Jackie's relationships. But you know what? I think that's great because, you know, so often we get up in these relationships and then we make them so disposable. We don't really fight for the relationships. If it's worth fighting for it, because I believe in divorce too. But I do think maybe Dr. Contessa is just really holding off for the kids. But as we've said multiple times, kids aren't the reason why you should stay in a marriage. If anything, you should get out of a marriage because you're going to make the kids happier. Just saying. Just my thoughts. Hold on. Hold on, y'all. Oh, I saw a comment that I wanted to highlight. Where did it go? Oh, there you go. Twan says, Scott don't know how to deal with conflict, and the older he got, the worse. Wait, the older he got, the worse he got. There we go. Scott seems so disingenuous. He's not being honest, just shady. I agree. That's the biggest thing. And look, we spent 3 parts of this reunion talking about their relationship, the ups and the downs. She was crying in the backstage. The men had a conversation in part 3. Look, I love the men of Married to Medicine. I think they are, I mean, besides Dr. Scott, he's not a favorite of mine. Dr. Scott's definitely not. You know what we need more of? We need more of Karen. I was about to call her Anita. Anila. We got a little bit more of Anila this episode. But again, Karen, I like Karen. We need more Karen. We need more Karen, please. Just saying. Can we get some more Karen? Hold on. Okay, can we talk about the conversation about men being in women's business? That's a little triggering to me because I can't tell you the amount of times I've gotten comments where people have said, oh, here's a man in women's business. Well, first of all, this is my business. This is what I do. But I see a lot of women say this in real life, as we saw on Married to Medicine. And I think that's problematic. Because if you're talking about relationships and things like that, that's not women's business. You know what I mean? You could say it's your business, but I just feel like, and I like how Dr. Eugene handled it. Dr. Eugene also, sidebar, and not even sidebar, this was actually the best part of the reunion. And this is why I said, okay, part 3 was necessary because we needed to hear this. Because when Dr. Eugene talked about his COVID pandemic experience, I cried. I literally cried. I didn't expect him to talk about that. And when he said, when everyone here is talking about, oh, we all went through the pandemic, it's sort of like him hearing all lives matter, because the people that were working in the ICU, the people that were working in the ER, I actually interviewed an ER physician during the pandemic for my podcast. And it was a very different experience. She suffered through PTSD. I'm sure Dr. Eugene went through that. When he spoke about that and talked about saving a woman's life one day and her dying the next, I was like, damn. And that was one of my favorite parts of the season, is seeing these Black doctors deal with the pandemic and being reminded again, how quickly we forget our first responders during the pandemic, doctors, food delivery people. Let's not forget how important they were to our lives during the pandemic. Let's not forget that, because I think that's necessary. Hold on. Twan says, oh my God, I hate when women do that. It drives me up the wall. Why is it that you can say whatever you want to a man, but a man can't say anything back? And when a man do, he's called a sissy, gay, etc. And that's the part where I'm sort of like, when they say, to me, when people say men in women's business, to me, it's sort of like you're alluding that he's less than a man. Look, when you say it to me, yes, I'm gay. I don't care. But when you say it to a heterosexual man, I see that you're trying to make it seem as if he's less than by using that terminology. Just in my opinion. Hold on, y'all. Okay. Let's get to 100 likes. I will drop the call-in link once we get to 100 likes. If you're just tuning in, we're talking about Shahs of Sunset and Married to Medicine Reunion Part 3 recap. Like this video if you haven't liked it already. It seems as if Dr. Scott has already disliked the video. Hey, Dr. Scott, welcome to the page. Appreciate you being here. We have over 200 something people watching this video. If you're part of our Royal Court membership here on YouTube, you already received the backstage link. It's a surprise perk. It's not listed in the perks. It's a surprise perk. Shout out to everyone that has been joining us in the conversation in the chat. I appreciate you all being there. You don't have to call in, because I do love speaking with you in the chat as well. TikTok, head on over to the Kempire Daily YouTube channel, or we're also live on Twitter, TheKempire, Twitch, TheKempire, and we're live on TheKempire on Facebook and Kempire Daily on Facebook as well. Okay. Shantae says they did it like second nature on RHOA. I agree. We heard it there a lot. Exactly. French Life said, didn't Nene do that to Peter? Yep. And that's why I cringe when people always say, oh, Patricia about Peter. I'm like, I don't like that, because it's the connotation. It's the connotation. Amelia Scott is watching. He disliked the video. It's all right, Scott. It's all right. Let me drop the call-in link. We're almost at 100. Let's get our likes to 100. And I'm going to drop the call-in link. We're recapping Married to Medicine. Married to Medicine Reunion and Shahs of Sunset. Shahs of Sunset, everybody's on the fence, so I didn't spend a lot of time on it. Let me just make sure I'm covering everything that I wanted to cover in regards to the reunion. Yeah, I didn't take a lot of notes on the reunion. We still don't believe Dr. Scott. Dr. Scott is lying about this whole life coach, and then the whole posting a picture of the esthetician. Okay, Dr. Scott. All right. Hold on. Let me post this up. We're almost at 100 likes, y'all. If you haven't liked this video, it's an easy and free way of supporting the channel. Don't forget to subscribe to my podcast, Kempire Radio, available on all podcast platforms. We haven't posted one out for last week, but trust and believe, I'll get back to it. It's just been a busy week. All right, let me just do this. Young Rich says, found an interview with Claudia tonight. You want to know the first thing that came to mind? Don't care. I'm sorry, Fallon. Don't care. Lord. All right, let me post this up. We're already at 100 likes. Okay. We just post this. If you're just joining us, welcome to the party. Drop your crowns in the chat. Let me know where you're watching from. Nania, hope I pronounced that correctly, says, very confusing relationship. Dr. Contestant in LA with Dr. Imani. A lot of people said they liked her when she was in LA with her actual friends. Quad does not play about her townhouse. Tacky Toya, you're a mess. Quad got a $2 million house now, Hunty. I want to see inside, though. We only got to see the outside. I want to start seeing inside. I actually do want to see Dr. Contessa come. Not Dr. Contessa. I want to see Quad come back. I know a lot of you said, oh, she's not married to medicine. She's not married to medicine. I'm okay with her not being married to medicine. But you know what she is? She's actually friends with these people. There's actual relationships with these people. So for me, I don't care. I don't care. I want to see Quad. Uh-oh. I'm seeing people back say, one person's name is why was Quad there? You know what? Y'all are so shady. Let me take a sip. Okay, let's take some callers. I'm just doing a quick live today. This is probably not going to even be a full hour, but some people backstage might make it a full hour. Let's bring up some folks that want to weigh in. I've posted the call-in link, so you guys, and I've pinned it on the Kempire Daily YouTube channel. What's going on, Miriam?
You're so shady, but I love it.
Miriam, how do you feel about this whole situation with Quad coming back? I thought it was necessary.
I can see why you think it's necessary, but I feel like she really shouldn't be there. First of all, she was butting in everybody else's business. And at the end, she did the unthinkable. Like, it's when usually he brings everybody together. He's just going round table. And she goes and she attacks Toya on the jugular again. Like, come on, sister. Like, seriously, unless she has proof that they've stolen, she needs to stop to do that. Because let me tell you, if it was other than Dr. Eugene, who is, in my eyes, he is like, oh my God, he's amazing. They would sue her for defamation. She's defaming them. And for a doctor to have that reputation tarnished is really bad. She should watch her mouth. She should. Like, you know, enough already. Like, she already got this boost of ego that, oh, they brought me to the reunion and I am here, although I'm not married to medicine. And she's just like, she was never held accountable. I feel like enough is enough. That was so uncalled for. This is why my question, really. I struggled with the name today. But why would
you struggle with a name today? Hold on one second, Miriam. Thank you, Dustin, for the super chat. Appreciate you supporting the channel. Why did you struggle?
Because I don't know where to go. Like, you already put like the name of the video, Dr. Lane Scott, which I totally agree with you. He couldn't keep up with his own lie. He would forget where he started and to continue. And I agree with you. I think he's the one who disliked the video. Hi, Dr. Scott. Contessa, I believed her tears, but I just don't get it. Why does it have to be done on the show? I feel like this is not going to be like, if it worked for Cecil and Simone and for Dr. Jackie and her husband, it doesn't mean it's going to work for her. I feel like when kids are different age, like her kids' age, this is really when it's not all about you and your husband. Like, maybe when they grow older, maybe that, like, you know, it won't matter if it's on the show or not, but I can't imagine it never affecting the kids. And
she has young kids.
Very young kids. This is why I wish they would take it aside. Just take a break, woman. Take a break.
Not woman. Okay, I'm gonna take a couple of other calls. Stay right there. Twan, thoughts on the Shahs of Sunset or Married to Medicine, whatever you want to weigh in on. I know Shahs is pretty boring, but you know.
Yeah, I never really been into that show. But Married to Medicine, I am so with Marion when I say I don't see a purpose for Quad. I'm really irritated by her for the most part because she just try to find a way to keep herself relevant. And then the fact that she keeps trying to steal Andy's job. Have you peeped how she started asking interview questions? I'm sorry, I'm not talking about part 3, but part 2. She kept interfering with what Andy was trying to say so she could try to have her 2 cents in there. And I just thought it was very inappropriate. Like, you weren't even that great on Sister Server, although I didn't really watch it. But
okay, but look, I have to say this because you reminded me of something very important, Twan. And I said this at the top of Married to Medicine reunion. Why is Andy Cohen hosting this show and he doesn't even produce it? And he's not the only person. You know who they should get to host the reunion? Funky Deneva.
Yeah.
Yes,
he already recaps it on his YouTube channel. He already has a huge following. You talk about diversity. Give other people an opportunity.
You
Absolutely.
give other people an opportunity. I don't understand why they had, especially when they started talking in this part 3 about Black Lives Matter and what that means for them. Andy's not going to be able to take it there to where we need it to be taken. But anyways,
Absolutely.
you can
go ahead, Twan.
change
No,
my name.
I 100% agree with you though. It's like I really don't care for Andy at all. And I'm gonna tell you when I stopped caring about Andy. I used to like Andy until that season Kim Zolciak returned to Atlanta Housewives. She did everything so wrong, and he even said it on the show. And then he went on, I think, Wendy Williams' show. Said, I felt really bad for her. You know, they didn't really have to go so hard on her. And I'm like, are you serious? Like you really honestly took everything back, and instead of defending the black women of the show, you continue to actually cater to this white woman. It goes to show. And also, if you pay attention to all the other franchises reunions, he's mostly irritated at the black reunions versus the white reunions. Have you not noticed that?
That's
He's
interesting.
very irritated when it comes to the black shows and the reunions.
I mean, look, I've been saying this from the beginning. As I said before, I just feel like, first of all, he's not an executive. I understand why he does the Housewives. He's an executive producer. But even that, look at Mona Scott. She stepped away from hosting her own show. Well, she was getting a lot of heat. But with that being said, come on, Andy. And you're right. He does seem annoyed sometimes when he's hosting these reunions in general. So it's sort of like, why are you here, Andy? Just so you can have the look of it. You know, he wants to be a star, and that's why he gave himself this job.
And he's low-key disrespectful as hell.
Say it again?
He's low-key disrespectful. How he literally chooses a moment to come for people. And it comes out in such a way where it's like they can't even attack you back without having to worry about their job being on the line. I just think he needs to really step away fully. He needs to step away.
And look, and this is no hate to Andy. I don't mind Andy on his other platforms, but as I said before, you guys keep saying over at Bravo, and I know you guys are watching. You're always talking about adding diversity, and you want to give people opportunities. Okay, give other people opportunities. There are plenty of people, and this is not me vying for the job because honestly, I'm not that interested.
I really do.
No, because my thing is, if I can't feel like I'm going to bring something to a platform, I don't want the job. But that's why I said Funky would be a good choice, or some other people that recap the show. Why not do that opportunity? Give them those opportunities. You gave Andy, who's not even a part of the show, the opportunity. The same with Shahs of Sunset. Why is he hosting those reunions?
Yeah,
I think it's just a course of habit now. He's like the face of moderating reunions. But now that there are so many franchises, and sometimes he shows up and he hasn't watched the show, and he looks sometimes like bored. I used to love Andy. Like for me, it was what he did to Monique and her husband at the reunion. For me, that crossed the line. That really was upsetting. I was deeply upset, and I even don't know these people personally, but like it was so unjust, and he was unbothered, and they don't care like how they portray the woman as long as they got the ratings. Saying they don't condone violence. Meantime, that's all they promote.
Yeah. All right. I'm gonna take some calls. Nina, I'm gonna bring you up.
Oh, I'm so happy.
Hey, Nina, what's going on?
Hey, I have been watching you for, I don't know, about 3 months or so now. I'm new to the YouTube thing, but anyway. So, but you be on point. I love your thought process. But
Thank you
anyway,
so much.
Quad, I really think Quad needs to come back. I think she is an incentive to the show. Quad, she might not be married to Medicine anymore, but she is definitely friends with these ladies. And I think, you know, about her divorce and everything and what she went through, you know, she has the experience. You know, she is a little bit boisterous, but that's Quad. You know, everything is big about Quad. At least I think so anyway. I love her. You know, but I'm with the other caller, the guy, when he was talking about Andy and how I was done with Andy at the same time when Kim came on and she was big, fat, and pregnant. And I called them the KKK, and forgive me for saying that, Kim crying the damn kids. You know, I just thought he made up too many excuses for her being there. Then she stormed off the show. Like, really, Andy? Like, you gave her that much clout, But anyway, yeah. But I like Married to Medicine. I think it's just one of the best besides Potomac. And Contessa and her husband, yeah, he's a liar. He's a cheater. He don't even know how to cheat good. I mean, a real cheater know how to cheat good. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna have these many lies, coming back to bite you. And I just, I did like her, when she went off and got her other degrees on the other show, the other one. I thought she was really good when she met up with her girlfriend. But I think she needs to be done with him for a little while. Just give him a taste of his own medicine, and quit making up excuses for him. Like, I feel like she's making up excuses for him. No, you can't hold me. You can't hug me. You can't. And he doesn't wipe one tear. Like, really? I know a cheater. I know a liar. I've been there, done it, honey. So, but
so
yeah.
you definitely think he's cheating?
Oh God, yeah. Oh yeah. That man is a cheater. If I ain't never seen one. But and I'm with you on this too, Kemp. Shahs of Sunset. I used to watch them when they first came on, like the first 2 or 3 seasons. But now it's boring. And they need to go. And what's the lady name? What, Big Frida? That's who needs to be hosting it. I'm getting ready to tell you right now, Big Frida. I think Big Frida would bring a whole lot of, to the reunion. And he needs to step down. He needs to step down, but you'll be good too. But you said, what I'm saying. If you can't add, you don't want to be on something you can't add. I understand that. But yeah, but I love you, and I watch your show continuously. It's like when the bell rings, okay, he on. I don't know who else get ready to come on behind him, but you just classy. Let me put it that way. You're classy. But that's all I had to say.
I appreciate you, Nina. Thank you so much for calling in.
You're welcome.
I love you guys so much. Princess Gabby, I'm going to bring you up. Hey.
Oh, my goodness. Hey, my love. Okay, first, I have to say this first. Don't you ever, ever, ever block your blessings. Do not say you can't be the host of, okay? Don't say you can't be the moderator of, because you can. You can. Do not
correction.
ever block your blessings.
Princess, correction. Wait. Princess, correction. I didn't say I can't. I said I didn't want it. I know I could do it if I wanted it.
Why not?
You know what it is?
We know you can do it too.
Thank you, Princess. Princess, what were your thoughts on Sunday night? We had a jam-packed night of TV. What were your thoughts?
Oh, Jesus. I was wait a minute. Okay. I went to sleep. I went to bed early. July is a busy month for me. However, Scott is full of SHIT. Okay. And if Contessa was my personal friend, I would not be rooting for that marriage. I'd be like, girl, let's hatch a plan. We gonna figure this out, and we gonna get you out of this and unscathed. And no, this is not what you are here for. I've been through a divorce. Okay?
Yeah.
This is not what she is here for. Contessa is beautiful. She got a badass body. Okay? She's intelligent. She's a doctor. This is not what God put her here for this mediocre man in her life. I understand. I have 3 kids. I divorced my husband. I have 3 kids. I divorced him.
And that was for the best, right?
Better. And absolutely. And I just don't see a real friend, being okay with you settling or trying to work it out. This shit is broken. I'm sorry. The mess is broken. It's broke. It is broken. He is full of malarkey. He's not a good guy. He's not for her. Co-parent, figure it out, but that is not what your life plan is supposed to be.
Yeah.
It's just not. I just see so much greater for her, and he's not it. He's just not. He's such a fibber. Wait.
Oh,
Wait.
I haven't heard the word
what I
fib
just-
in a long time.
He's a storyteller. That's what they used to tell. That's what they used to tell us to say. He's a storyteller. Okay. She deserves
Not a very good
better.
one either.
No, he can't even get his stories right. And it's disheartening because all these women of success are rooting for them, and they know that this is not the proper situation for her.
No.
It's not. It just isn't, and it's sad because Contessa deserves to be happy.
Yeah.
Whether it's with
They all do,
whether
including
it's
the
with
guy.
herself, and he deserves to be happy too. Find someone else who makes you happy. Contessa, find someone else who makes you happy. It's not good, and it's sad to watch because children are not a reason to stay in a marriage. Trust me, they are not. That's not the.
You felt that in your soul.
That in all of my soul. That is not the reason. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you, I'm good. I had a lot. I was a stay-at-home mom. I had a big house on a lot of land, and I was just like, I'm not happy. And you have to say, what am I here for? This is not why God put me on this earth to settle. Be happy. And that's
Amen.
She's not happy. She's not happy. And I want her to be happy. She's a doctor, for God's sakes. She's beautiful. She's got a great body. She can do this. She can do this on her own. And I didn't know. I'm dead ass. I'm dead ass. Contessa, you need me to be your best friend because I'm a hatch plan kind of girl. I will hatch a plan, and we will.
She needs one.
We will get this done. We will get this done because this is not why you're here.
Yeah.
She's been through too much. She had a drug addict father. She's been through too much. This is not why she's here. And I really wish I was her friend because trust me, child.
You never know. Are you in Atlanta, Princess?
No, I'm in Jersey, but I could fly down there.
Just to help her out. Just to help her out.
Just to help her out. Child, please.
Princess, I appreciate you calling in.
Thank you so much. Love you.
Thank you so much. Guys, we have over 200 some people watching this video. Be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel. You're getting daily and consistent hot topics here on the channel. We had some breaking news earlier today, so be sure to check out that. I'm also working on some more Real Housewives of Atlanta news. If you missed that news that broke over the weekend, be sure to check that out as well. I'm going to take a couple more callers. Dustin, I'm going to bring you up. Hey, Dustin, what's going on?
Hey, what's going on with you, Kempire? My first time being on here.
I appreciate you calling in. What are your thoughts on all of this Married to Medicine situation?
I never seen it, but I watch you, but I think it's all crazy.
Well, I appreciate you calling in. Did you have anything that you wanted to say besides hello?
Yeah, when are you gonna cover 90 Day Fiance?
Oh, you want me to cover 90 Day? I will cover 90 Day. I think I'm going to do a mashup this week with 90 Day and Darcy and Stacey. That premieres tonight.
Yeah, I'm going to watch it.
And I appreciate you, Dustin. Thank you for calling in.
Hey, did you get the $5 I gave you?
Oh, I did. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. Thank you, Dustin.
You're welcome.
Keep watching, all right?
I will, thank you.
I love it.
Darcy and Stacey. Yeah.
Darcy and Stacey tonight. I can't wait. I'm going to take a couple more callers, and then we're going to wrap this up. Zoe, I'm going to bring you up. Or Zoe? Hey,
Yes.
Zoe.
Hi, how you doing? Oh my God,
Um,
I stayed up till midnight. I'm in
oh,
South Africa. Oh
oh
my
my
God.
God, I'm so sorry. I wish I had
I'm
known. I
so
would have brought you up earlier.
Oh my God, I'm so happy I got in. I didn't even know I was gonna make it. I love
I
you
appreciate.
so much. I love you, love you, love you, love you. I
Oh,
just
thank
wanted to
you.
talk about Married to Medicine first with
Okay.
Toya. I was like so shocked how everybody just ignored her when Eugene started coming on and talking about the experience. It's like, this is what she was going through the entire time. That's why she was a mess. And everybody's like, oh, cool, whatever. They just focus on Eugene and whatever, Toya. And I'm like, there was a moment for everybody to also acknowledge Toya's pain and not just like push her aside.
You
I
saw
was
her
like,
face
okay, cool.
when he was. Did you see her face when she was explaining it? I was like, wow.
Yes, and I don't like how they treat her though. Like I really don't. Which is something my mother brought up in her first season with how they were like looking down on the way she speak, her education level, and I just feel like it always just comes up where she's like dismissed.
Yeah.
Especially this season when they brought up that she's not intelligent one, and they all just overlook that comment as well during the reunion. It's like nobody ever said that. They just ignore it. I don't like how they treat Toya sometimes, but
And
it is what it is.
I really felt for her in this last episode. I was like, oh wow. So what she was saying was really, it really affected her because her husband was in the ER and it affected him so much. So if it was affecting him, she had to deal with that residual energy in the home.
Yep, I did. I agree with you. I have to go to sleep. Let me just bring up one more thing. Scott. I feel like Scott always tells the truth. We just don't listen. Especially the first time when he said he's been seeing a female for 7 months and it's a life coach. I felt like that was him confessing was seeing someone for 6, 7 months and we just overlooked it. Because you know how sometimes people tell the truth in between the lies and being petty? I feel like he slipped. And
Oh,
then he tries to cover it up and saying, "Oh no, 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 I didn't say that. It's not a woman, it's a guy." I'm like, dude, the first time you said it's a female for 7 months, I believed you. Everything after that is just cover up.
I agree, Zoe. I
That's what
agree.
I'm thinking. Anyway, I thank you so much for welcoming to your show. I love you, I love you, I love you. I'm following, subscribing, joining everything, and I wish we're on the same time zone so I can do this during the day and I'll stay till midnight, but I will stay up till 4 a.m. just for you.
Oh, thank you so much, Zoe, for calling in, and I appreciate that so much.
So nice.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Bye, guys.
You guys are gonna make me cry on live. Stop it. Oh my God, so many sweet phone calls. Scott's girlfriend's on the line. Let's see what Scott's girlfriend has to say. Scott's girlfriend?
Hey, hey, Kempire, how you doing?
Well, you're Scott's girlfriend?
No, this ain't Scott's girlfriend. You know who this is.
I know. I know.
Oh, but yeah, no, that part three. Ooh, hey, Miriam, how y'all doing? I'm sorry.
This is CJ.
Yeah,
Oh,
that
I miss
that
you.
reunion.
This is not St. J.
Who's this?
No, I'm different. I knew you from the Avatar's former residence. That's where I know you
Okay.
from.
Hi.
Mm-hmm.
Hi. We now are in the
Yeah,
light.
hi.
We are in
Yes,
the
hey,
light.
Avatar. At least, yes,
I'm not getting involved. I'm not getting involved.
Miriam, I'll DM you later about the we can shade there. But as far as Married to Medicine is concerned, honestly, well, a couple of things. One, Quad should have been the host / friend there. Two, it could have been done in 2 parts. That would have been more exciting. 3, if Contessa loves it, if Contessa likes it, I love it. I think at a certain point, like I feel like the ladies have had a conversation with her about her relationship, but it's kind of like you tell your friend and give them the best advice, but they end up doing what they want to do. So at a certain point, you just let them live and do what's best for them. When they're ready to stop getting dragged, they'll eventually call for the cavalry.
I agree.
Oh no.
Yeah.
I can't.
I agree.
Were you entertained though? At least
Yes, I was. I
it
just
took you a
wish
while to answer that.
Anila would have brought it. It did. I mean, because they've done better, and honestly, I do miss Mariah because like she's kind of like the Portia to Heavenly's Kenya. Sorry, Miriam, I had to make that comparison. I know you may not like that. But I mean, it was all right. I mean, they've had better reunions. I think it was the pandemic, though. I think it took the wind out of their sails a bit, so they had to come in, engage their energy. But as far as I can't believe Shahs of Sunset is still on. I stopped honestly watching when they got rid of my girl Asa. I thought what they did to her was absolutely ridiculous and low down. And she was probably the best one on that show. Yeah, exactly. You know what it. You know what it is. What season are you on?
I'm almost to the part where she's pregnant and it's gonna get good.
Oh, buckle up.
Exactly, Miriam.
Scott's girlfriend. Thank you for calling in.
I love Scott's girlfriend.
All right, thank you. Have a good one, guys.
Bye.
All right, guys. I want to round out this conversation. Last minute thoughts. Twan the Don. They want to know when the beard line's coming out, and I'm loving the sunroof. Okay.
Hey, hold on. They said what?
They want to know when the beard line's coming out.
I can't.
You can't hear me? Oh,
very soon. Yeah, I can hear. Can you hear me?
Yeah. I think there's a little bit of a delay, but just let me know your last minute thoughts on Shahs of Sunset. Not Shahs of Sunset. I'm Married to Medicine. Sorry.
I honestly think Contessa and Scott is lying, and he just cannot remember his lies. And I think this is all just for show, to be honest, because it's ridiculous how this guy cannot keep one story. In my heart of hearts, I really think this is all just a scam, just so they could try to become more interesting for the show. Because I feel like Contessa and Scott, I did like them when they first came on, but Contessa's a bit annoying, and I still love her, but she's annoying. And I feel like they're not really as interesting as the other couples. And believe it or not, my favorite couple is Toya and Eugene, which I never did like Toya. But they are my most favorite couple because they're more relatable. I love their chemistry together. I mean, they bicker and they do this, but they get along so great. And I feel like if I could ever have a relationship that stands as strong as theirs, it would be great. Like, I really love their relationship. They're dynamic. They communicate. The only thing I wish Toya stopped doing is being so insecure about the doctor wives. Toya is so insecure. Regardless if they're doctors or not, only you can make somebody feel more important than you do for yourself. Like, she feels like she's just a housewife. That was your choice. You chose to live that life. You could have went off and continued school and went and did all these other things that you wanted to do, but you chose the lifestyle. So don't sit here now, hold it against Jackie and Heavily and Contessa and all of them for, if they want to say that they feel like they above here, guess what? You get to go out, you get to turn up while they still sitting on call at home. You win it. So Toya needs to build a pair and just chill out, because to be honest, she could be more likable than she is. But they have the best relationship, I feel like, out of that show. Also, last but not least, I don't like Curtis. I actually wanted Jackie to divorce him. I feel like she don't get nothing that she really wants, but this is only what we see on TV versus what we probably don't see. But I felt like with that baby situation or something, adoption, she really wanted that, and she wanted it for him as well as for her. And I feel as though if somebody has the capability to become a parent or want to be a parent, and you know for a fact they're not going to drop the ball at any means necessary, because at the end of the day, if he says he's not going to take care of the child, she's going to do it. I just feel as though you should at least let her have that. Cancer took away her opportunity to have it naturally. Give her this opportunity to adopt. Curtis was thinking about himself, because first she said she wanted to carry. Well, because of health-wise, he just didn't want her to do it, but she said adoption. He I just don't want that. Okay, that was very selfish, because we give away, we throw away I for us. And she really wanted this, and in some way he could have been on board for it, but I don't know.
You think that was selfish? I don't. Have you met Jackie? Do you see? Do you see how busy she is? Honestly, the points that he brought up were valid, because she didn't slow down. She did not. And how do you bring a child into play being busier than you already were? So I agree with everything you said, but just not that. I don't think he was really being selfish. I think he was like, okay, you want to be parent, but you're not going to be parenting. It's going to be me only.
But that's almost like saying a marriage is going to fail before you even try. I mean, at the end of the day, there's no.
But this is a kid, though. Hold on, this is a kid you're bringing in.
This is a kid, and they were
However,
failing.
kids are precious, and you see how she care about these people's children. I feel like she would have gave the same love and attention to her own. But we cannot really say she would have failed at it if she never even had the opportunity to start with.
Well, hold on. How old is Dr. Jackie?
Yeah.
I mean, there's older parents. Look at Janet, just had her first child at 80.
Oh gosh.
That's suspicious.
Okay, listen. Listen, I don't think she would fail as a mother. That's too much harsh of a statement. That's not what I mean. But I agree with Curtis that she is so busy. She wouldn't slow down to connect with him more as a husband. And then when you bring a child into play, this is another ball game. This is when you can't think of anything. And we've seen she wrote a book. I'm just expecting her now to do a podcast. She now has a skincare line that they were shoving down our throats every time that the ad would come up.
It's a terrible ad, too.
It is a terrible ad.
It's a terrible ad. And, I feel like, no. And can we talk how Jackie, she dismissed the pain in Eugene's statement yesterday about his experience? She went, not that I want to degrade any of your experience, but can you imagine what is it to take a child away from the mom as soon as she gives birth? Like she was like, that's even worse. Come on, Jackie. It's not all about you and what you do and what you witness. Like that man was in tears. We never seen him like that. And she wanted to deflect. For me, Married to Madison became a Married to Egos. That's the real name of the show. And most of the marital advice that they're giving Scott and Contessa, it's really coming, we are going to save this marriage. It's not really to save the marriage. You know what I mean? Because just like Twan said, at some point you just, not Twan, Scott's girlfriend said, at some point you give advice, but if she's not willing to listen and if she likes it, you only should love it. That's it. If you're being a good friend. They keep kind of pressuring her, and all her breakdown in the reunion was like, now you guys see that I've been doing my best, because they were hammering her. You're not doing what you're supposed to be doing. So I don't believe in the real truth reasons in giving her advice other than the show.
Really?
Yes. And Jackie yesterday taken away from Eugene's tears, that was another low from her. I'm watching her.
Oh,
I'm watching you, Jackie. I used to love Jackie. I used to absolutely adore her.
Go ahead, Twan.
I just want to say one thing about that. I think using I statements will go a long way on these shows, because I would say the same thing for Dr. Eugene. Even though, you're an ER doctor, but everybody on a medical level is dealing with this in their own way. I feel like Dr. Jackie is very sensitive when it comes to kids and parenting and being close to their child. So pulling a child away from their parent so they won't potentially catch COVID or whatever is probably huge to her. And I felt like when he said, no offense to y'all, but y'all don't deal with the ER or something like that, I felt like he was trying to put the ER above everybody else.
I mean, though,
I didn't think so.
Look, wait 1 second. Here's the difference. And this was probably because I interviewed an ER physician on the podcast. It was a very different experience. They were seeing death on the hour in the ER. That's very different than separating, mothers from their children because of the pandemic. Seeing death, you save someone's life one day and then they die the next. Like that, when he said that, I teared up. I was like, damn, Eugene, I didn't even think of it that way.
I was bawling too. And I never interviewed an ER doctor. I'm not sure I don't have their credentials. But the point is, at the ER, they were seeing life and death is definitive. They were separating the children from their mothers. As much as that is hard, But let me tell you something. If it's a C-section, the mother will probably is knocked out for the first 12 hours, and she's not really there to see the kid. And she's going to be reunited with her child. My point is, he was sharing something, and which led us to understand more why Toya was behaving the way she was, because he was like, I'm saving a life here, but I might bring COVID to my own home because I jumped over that woman. Just put that imagery in your mind. I felt like that was uncalled for. It wasn't the time for Jackie to mention that. She had plenty of opportunities to share her experience. She didn't need to take away from the men who bring a lot to the franchise. And I feel like the way she treats Toya, it's really resentment, because I don't think she ever felt loved by Curtis the way Eugene loves Toya.
Oh, wow.
He puts up with all her craziness. The thing, we can say, I feel like he really loves his wife. I really
No,
do.
I definitely feel like that. I want to round out this conversation by you guys answering this question. Based on our conversation right now on Dr. Jackie and Curtis, do you think Dr. Jackie should come back for another season next season? I'm going to start with Twan.
Yes. And because I feel like, just like Cynthia Bailey, they bring a certain class.
Oh.
And I'm just saying, it's like,
Did you hear the rumor on the street, though, about Cynthia?
I know. I'm just saying, like, I just feel like, when it comes to class, some ladies are there to class to show up. You have to have a certain amount of class left on this show. And I feel like Jackie, I love how she carries herself. She may not be all in the drama and everything, but I feel as though Jackie carries herself very well. I love that calm, oh God, I love how calm she is when she talks. Even when she's upset, she still managed to hold her composure. Whereas though she's not acting like the stereotypical black angry woman. And because we already have that character lined up and down that show, and she gives a good little balance when it comes to class. I think she's still great for the show. She's just not that mother figure that they used to look at her as. Although she also did state she did not ask for that title. That's what y'all did. I didn't. But I feel like Jackie is really a great addition to the show. And she could check her ego a little bit, because I do think she's a bit, headstrong. But I love Jackie. I think she should stay.
A lot of people have mixed feelings about Jackie since that whole what's her name? Buffy situation.
Yes.
So
for me, that was.
Wait, say it again, Twan?
I hated that with a passion. I felt, and I just do. To this day, I don't understand how she could not see how wrong she was.
She's done with it.
I am done.
And you said you want to put that out there, then that's different. But you did that on the strength that she would be okay with that. That's something that she lost herself. And you mean to tell me you thought that was okay to put out here to all these strangers? No, Jackie, that was the wrong road.
Especially as a doctor.
As a doctor, confidentiality. You should know all about that. And granted, she's not your patient, but you should know.
Regardless.
She's from the old school too, so she definitely knew better.
Ask me the question again.
Miriam, do you think Dr. Jackie should return for another season?
We are done.
You're done with
Listen, Jackie, yes, she's classy. I wish I had her posture and her poise, but that poise is all like a masquerade to who she really is. And she showed us who she really is when she wouldn't admit of how wrong she was on all levels, on a friend level and on a professional level. You don't go and say what you know about people you know medically without their consent for your own gain. So, and her demise with Simone is stemmed out of that. Her ego needs to be checked out. And I feel like she's still married to Curtis to be married. I don't feel the love from both sides. I'm not going to say only Curtis. I think she will, for her not to forgive Simone, it's something. But what is it compared to what Curtis did to her? So you know that she will never forgive that man. That man is being reminded every day of what he did, which was wrong. Okay, but it's kind of an agreement. I feel like Jackie needs either to eat some humble pie We will make it for you free of calories because we know how much you look for your figure. But like, seriously, she thinks she used to be the one that brings everybody together. But she failed with Mariah. She took sides. She empowers Heavenly. And we know how vile her tongue is. And she admitted that. And she doesn't say a word, but she is vocal about others. So she lost that I'm the judge, I'm above all, and I love you all, and I want all to get along. Because she played teams, and she was her mask fell off when she did that to Buffy, because that was really, it's not I'm not saying about Buffy, any woman who has told her about infertility issues, and that's at the core of what a woman is. And most women, all they want in life, and the biggest reason for them to get married, is to have children. So that is a lot for her to do that on a book launch. I don't know what that was. I think it was a book launch. And she wouldn't even admit. Oh, everybody makes mistakes, but be humble and admit that you were wrong. But she was, I am done. Like, come on, I'm done with Jackie.
Apparently, the Jay says this, Dr. Jackie, Miriam doesn't see it for you.
I don't. I really don't. For me, I stopped digging her in every way. And it's sad because I am sure she's a great doctor. Because
I'm sure
she's a great doctor.
Doesn't mean she needs to be on TV, though.
She doesn't need to be on TV. She made her points, and Bravo is helping her because clearly she's a fan favorite. And Shahs, can I say something about Shahs of Sunset?
Yeah, quickly though.
Oh my God, it's like they made the agreement loud. Doesn't matter how much I mess up, because we are a group of friends. You have to have my back no matter what, and don't interfere. So that's a pact that they have. And something that I'm looking forward is like for Reza to finally tell Adam, we need at some point to forgive. He already paid the price, and she paid the price. And now my friendship, I am suffering and I'm paying the price. We need to drop this restraining order. But that will only happen if he really values his friendship with MJ. So it's time that he cashes the checks that his ass are trying to write.
Oh, Miriam, thank you so much for calling in. Twan, thank you so much for calling in. Appreciate you both. Y'all are a mess. Guys, thanks so much for tuning in. As I was saying in regards to Shahs, this episode was sort of like a filler for me. It wasn't the best episode, but it was there and I enjoyed it. I'm going to continue my catch up. As I said before, I will be doing a special live for Shahs of Sunset season 5 to season 8. That way we could talk about some of the past seasons. But, we recap it here every Monday. And in honor of Dustin, shout out to Dustin that called in and sent in a super chat, I will do a recap. Maybe we'll do a mashup of 90 Day Fiancé Happily Ever After and Darcy and Stacey. In regards to Married to Medicine, I'm glad the reunion's over. I did it. You know what the best part of the reunion for me was? First of all, Dr. Eugene talking about his experience and them talking about the Black Lives Matter protesting that they did, and you guys being a part of the conversation. That was the best part for me. As always, thanks so much for tuning in. Shout out to everyone that sent in the super chat. Shout out to everyone that called in. Shout out to everyone that was a part of the conversation in the chat. And for those that are watching the replay, let me know your highlights from Shahs of Sunset, the Married to Medicine reunion part 3. Let's continue the conversation in the comment section. Thanks to everyone. Shout out to my mods for holding everything down. Or should I just say mod? I think we had a couple mods in here. Shout out to Lulu Data. I appreciate you all being here. And I appreciate you guys supporting the channel. Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to like the video on your way out. I'll see you guys. I have a video dropping very soon in regards to the Real Housewives of Atlanta. So if you're not subscribed, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you don't miss that video coming up in probably the next half hour. All right. Talk to you guys later. Thanks for watching.